Okay, this video is part 2 of explaining the diptych assignment. So here is this series of photographs, or the sequence of photographs by Dwayne Michaels, called Things Are Queer. So what do we see here? We see a bathroom, the tub, the sink, there's something over the sink, we see a toilet. And then we pull back and we see, there's a leg and it's unusually big, or these things are very small. Then we pull back and we see, okay, this is in maybe a storefront or something else. Then we pull back and realize, oh, that's actually a picture in a book. And we pull back and see, oh, it's a person reading a book, walking down a hallway. Oh, but it's not that. We're pulling back even more and realizing that it's a picture of someone walking down a hallway with the book that has that picture in it of the bathroom. And we pull back and we see it's hung on the wall. And we pull back even more and we get back to the beginning. So again, from the reading that I've done and my understanding from photo history classes, this again is things being other than they appear. So, and he actually titled it Things Are Queer. Another piece that he did, which is very good and famous, is called Death Comes to the Old Lady. This is a great use of using your shutter speed in order to get meaning across. So here we have a woman sitting, and here comes Death, and he walks by. He taps her on the shoulder, and she goes with him. And I think it's a really beautiful way to show how Death comes to visit us and we go with him. So, sorry, I let this load again. Here's some work that I've had students turn in the past for the diptych assignment. So again, in this first one, we have some continuation between this picture and this picture, and it brings them together. Just having them match up right there, and then having the composition be similar but kind of flip-flopped works really well. This one, just having these two objects photographed in the same way, the same lighting, the same tones, and it's kind of about the opulence and kind of the beauty of things that are traditionally gendered as female. This is a great image, and I think what really makes it work is the green in the ring. But again, because these are together, we start noticing some similarities between the veins in the hand and the roots in the ground. And the green pulls it all together with the stone and the moss. This is actually one image that's been cut into 4 and flip-flop. So here the snow's on the ground, then the snow's in the air, then the snow's on the ground, the snow's in the air. But it's still kind of interesting to see how it works together. Student turned this in, and it's based on a story. I'm not familiar with it, but about a Christmas and shoes or something. But I think it's very interesting seeing these two put together. And again, we as the viewer start almost kind of coming up with an explanation or a story for it. Here's another version. And we start wondering what happened. Again, two parts of the same kind of situation, but it's not like it's just two angles of the same thing. But it works together very well, especially because these come up and this comes in the middle, and it's all balanced and it's all kind of mostly symmetrical. These work together very well using ideas we've learned in the past, such as shadow or lines or repetition. It almost looks like one image at once. So your assignment is to create a diptych, a triptych, or a sequence in which the images must interact with each other in a way that makes them say more together than if they were exhibited alone or, on different walls or far away from each other. The one thing I do not want you to do, though, is don't just do Don't just photograph the same object from two different viewpoints. That's lazy. You're all smarter than that. You can do more than that. If you are going to photograph the exact same object, I want it to be transformed in a substantial way, like these pears were transformed when they were cut up and cooked into the tart. And I've included some links, such as a Pinterest page that shows some really kind of fun, interesting, it's going to come up, diptychs that you can see where people have combined different objects together. So those are fun to look at. So you might want to check out the Pinterest link that I've included. There's also this photographer. I just found them on Instagram. Takes a lot of pictures of their dog and themselves, line them up, and have that idea of continuation. But again, it's the two images together mean a lot more than either image apart. So I've included that link in the assignment as well. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I look forward to seeing your photographs.